Hey, what's up guys? It's Grill Hands. I got some Black Ops gameplay for you. I know I've been putting up a lot of Modern Warfare 2 footage lately, but I've been having fun playing that game. As long as I'm not in a lobby filled with one-man army tubers, then it's a nice change of pace from Black Ops. But let's be honest, the only reason that I'm playing that game, switching it up like I am, is I need something to hold me over for until Gears of War 3 is released next week. I'm really excited for that game, and speaking of Gears, the reviews are starting to come in and unsurprisingly, they're very positive. I think the chief complaint that I've heard so far is that the single player campaign is very similar to the single player campaign in Gears of War 2 and 1. And if that's the biggest issue that people have with the game, then it's not a problem for me at all. I'm not even picking up the game for single player, I'm getting it for multiplayer. But even still, I enjoyed the single player for Gears 2 and Gears 1, so a little bit more of the same in this situation. I'm fine with it. The only thing I'd be a little weary of is I hated the way Gears of War 2 ended, at least the final boss battle, especially when you compared it to Gears of War 1. I thought Gears of War 1 had a lot more gratifying ending once you beat that game, and it was a little bit more climactic. Gears of War 2, you like hit some creature with the Hammer of Dawn and that's it. I didn't like how that game ended. I really hope Gears of War 3, which is supposed to be the end of this trilogy, doesn't end in the same style. But yeah, no, I was also thinking about doing a cooperative Let's Play for the channel. Let me know if you're interested, if you guys want to see that. Getting 3 other guys and going through the entire single player campaign. The only thing that might stop that from happening is I heard the single player campaign clocks in at around 20 hours. That's a huge time commitment, and it's also be very difficult to coordinate with 3 other people to get that Let's Play going. So we'll see. I'll certainly try if you guys want to see it, but no promises. What else? Playing on the map Hanoi, and I've noticed whenever this map pops up in rotation in a lobby, people automatically vote the other map. They just hate this map for some reason. Regardless whatever the other map is, they're going to vote it just because they dislike this map that much. And I'm not sure why. I mean, personally, this isn't my favorite map in the world, but I don't dislike it. I actually get a lot of high kill games. Maybe people don't like it because of the overall color scheme. And for TDM, I guess it can be kind of slow paced. I don't know. Let me know why you don't like this map if you're not a big fan of it. It seems like the majority of the community hate this map. But the main thing that I want to talk about today is whether or not you guys think that Modern Warfare 3 will break the same record that was broken by Black Ops and Modern Warfare 2. I don't know what the official record is. I think it's like largest entertainment sales release of all time. I think that's what the record was. But do you guys think that Modern Warfare 3 will continue the trend and break the record for a third time? And I'm not quite sure. I think the circumstances surrounding Modern Warfare 3 are kind of different compared to Black Ops and Modern Warfare 2, and not really in a positive sense. To kind of explain, at least when you look at Modern Warfare 2, that game was built 100% on hype, at least amongst my circle of friends. We really didn't know or care what was going to be in the multiplayer for Modern Warfare 2, or Modern Warfare 2. We just knew that Infinity Ward was making that game, and even though World of War was fun, most of my friends preferred Call of Duty 4, and they were really excited at the fact that Infinity Ward was making this game. They were going to take everything that was great about Call of Duty 4 and times it by 100, and that was a big contributing factor that built into the hype, at least for me and for a lot of people that I knew. Just the sheer fact that Infinity Ward was designing this game. And I guess also word of mouth spread with the game, because even though Call of Duty 4 didn't break any sales records, at least I don't think it did, it still was met with a lot of positive reviews. I mean, it was a very casual game. I mean, anybody could pick it up and do marginally well fairly quickly, so it had huge mass appeal. So I guess all those things brought together, along with the word of mouth spreading and the fact that Activision, I think they had one of its largest marketing campaigns to date. All those things combined together, it really doesn't surprise me that Modern Warfare 2 broke the record. I wasn't expecting it to, but yeah, I can see how it was possible. And the game came out, and people had problems with it, so like people didn't like the fact that there's no post-game support, one-man army tubes, commando, nuke boosting, headshot boosting, which I never understood. I don't know why people get so excited about gun camos, but all those things kind of built into it, and people got frustrated with the game. And I guess when that frustration started to build up, along came Treyarch, and they said, hey, look, we're going to take all the issues with Modern Warfare 2, and they're not going to be there. There's not going to be commando, we're going to have post-game support, no one-man army tubes, all the things that you had problems with the game they're not going to be there anymore. And I think that helped build the hype into Black Ops. And also, Activision had again its largest marketing campaign to date, and once again the record was broken. So here we are now with Modern Warfare 3, but the situation's a little bit different. For one, the competition's a little more stiff this time around. I think with Modern Warfare 2, the biggest game that Modern Warfare 2 had to compete with was Borderlands, and that wasn't a competitive multiplayer shooter, and it was released 2 months prior. Same thing can be said about Black Ops. Halo Reach was a competitive multiplayer game, but it was released 2 months prior, so it wasn't really a head-to-head competitor, and it was also kind of a Space Marines thing. It's almost a different genre. I mean, it's a first-person shooter, but kind of different theme. But here, 2 weeks prior to the game's release, I think it's 2 weeks, but right before Modern Warfare 3 is released, Battlefield 3 is going to be released, and that is a military first-person shooter. I mean, they said they want to compete head-to-head with Modern Warfare 3. And even still, even just generally, there's a lot of huge AAA titles that are going to be released along the same time. I mean, we've got Arkham City, we've got Skyrim, which I'm sure a lot of people are really psyched for. Dark Souls, I'm sure I'm missing something. Gears of War 3, even though this is being released in September, I'm sure if enough people really enjoy that game, that might be enough to satisfy them. Maybe they're not interested in picking up Modern Warfare 3. So yeah, the competition is definitely a lot more stiff this time around. I knew I shouldn't have ran in there. I knew I was going to get panic knifed or die from something stupid. And also on top of that, you were getting a lot more information about this game versus the other two games. With Modern Warfare 2 and Black Ops, we were given like teaser trailers or maybe some rumors, but nothing was truly official until you had your hands on the game. But here, they had an event dedicated to multiplayer. People had a chance to play the game, and they showed off all the new features. And it was kind of hit with mixed reviews. I mean, obviously, you can't really evaluate it until you have a chance to play it. But I'm sure there's people that have seen it and they're not happy with what they're seeing. And that could be another factor that determines whether or not they purchase Modern Warfare 3. And then finally, there's just general fatigue with the series. You can kind of look at it in the same light as Madden. People maybe pick up Madden every other year, or maybe every 2 years, just because they feel like it's more of the same thing, and they want to wait a little while until there's enough differences. And I know plenty of people, they don't have a problem with Modern Warfare 3. They've seen it, they think it's fine from what they've seen. They're just kind of burnt out with the series, so they're not picking it up as well. So I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. I'm sure there's a lot of people looking at Modern Warfare 2 and Modern Warfare 3 the same way I looked at Call of Duty 4 and Modern Warfare 2. I'm sure there's a lot of hype building into Modern Warfare 3, so they might break the record yet again. But let me know what you guys think. And like always, take it easy.